Okay, so this particular video, I was up to FCA 671, but I'm beginning to see a lot of repetition, and I want to point that out. So this is dealing with warrants of arrest in family court. And if you want to see and compare and contrast, you have arrested adults, FCA 155. You have issuance of warrant 312.2. You have issuance of warrant, certificate of warrant, which is same title for 428 and 671. What you're going to notice in 428 and 671 is everything that's listed there is exactly the same, including the following paragraphs following. What you're going to find in 312.2 is there's a little bit of a difference in that it not only mentions that the person didn't obey the summons, it also mentions the FCAT. Okay, so the appearance ticket. But really, 312.2 is almost the same, but it's a little, there are a few little things. So I'm actually going to do it right now on this video. So I'm not going to go over the first one, which is 155, arrested adult. You can just look into that yourself. It's about when they arrest and taking into the most accessible magistrate. If there's no court open, X, Y, and Z, you can read that on your own. You could also look up the video for that. All right, so 312.2 issuance of warrants. I'm just going to go to the list, which is So when a petition has been filed and it appears that A, summons cannot be served, or B, such person has refused to obey a summons. In this case, it says a summons or family court appearance ticket. Or C, the respondent or other person is likely to leave the jurisdiction. Or D, a summons in the court's opinion would be ineffectual. Or E, a respondent has failed to appear. Now you're going to see all of this repeated in the next two sections, which is 428 and 671. Now 428 and 671 is literally identical except for the opening paragraphs, okay, which is just referencing sections within that article. All right, so this one is again a little bit different because it mentions the FCAT. It's also a little bit different because it doesn't talk about the safety of the petitioner, which is in the other two articles, 428 and 671. So you can look at this, take a snapshot, or you can open up your book or search for that section. Now we're going to go to 428. And again, all of this, hold on, I got to mark this page. Hold on. Okay. So what you're going to see is that all of this is exactly the same in 428 and 671. Completely identical. The only difference is the opening paragraph. So you have the court may issue a warrant directing that the respondent be arrested, brought before court when a petition is presented to the court under section 423, and it appears that, and then it goes into the list. Let's see what this one says. At the court may issue a warrant directing that the respondent be arrested, brought before the court when a petition is presented to the court under section 614. Again, it's just going to refer to the section of this article, whereas we were in Article 4, which is support, so it referred to the section within that section, right? 614, 651, 654, 655, and 656 of this article or section 384B of social service law, and it appears that. Okay, that opening paragraph is just has a little bit of difference. Everything else is the same in 428 and 471. Okay, so if you remember this, you're going to hit two articles. You're going to hit support warrants, and you're going to hit, let me see what this topic is. We're in parts. Guardianship warrant. Okay, hold on. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to read this, and remember what I told you. All of this is exactly the same in both 428 and 671. So let's go through it. Okay, so the summons cannot be served, or the respondent has failed to obey the summons, or the respondent is likely to leave the jurisdiction, or a summons in the court's opinion would be ineffectual, or the safety of the petitioner or child is endangered, or a respondent on bail or on parole has failed to appear. Okay? B, the petitioner may not serve a warrant upon the respondent unless court itself grants such permission upon the application of the petitioner. The clerk of the court may issue to the petitioner or to the representative of an incorporated, charitable, or philanthropic society having a legitimate interest in the family a certificate stating that a warrant for the respondent has been issued by the court. The presentation of such certificate by said petitioner or representative to any peace officer acting pursuant to his special duties or police officer authorizes him to arrest the respondent and take him to court. C, a certificate of warrant expires, and okay, time frame is exactly the same. And I even have a question. There's a question about this that I have on my channel. So a certificate of warrant expires 90 days from the date of the issue, but may be renewed from time to time by the clerk of the court. D, rules of the court shall provide that a record of all unserved warrants be kept and that periodic reports concerning unserved warrants be made. And that's it. That's Article 671, issuance of warrant, certificate of warrant, which is the same as 428 except for the opening paragraph. And then you can check out the other two if you want to compare and contrast these sections on warrants.